Now I've just received a commission from a very good friend of mine. Now this gentleman also collects my work. Now he's asked me to paint a copy of John Constables Hay Wain. Now this is a photograph of the original painting. Now this isn't something I normally do, however I'm really looking forward to this challenge. This is just going to be a wash for all the foliage, the trees, the grass and the fields. I'm not looking for any accurate colours here, it's just a guide. I will be painting over this with oils. Now I'd just like to point out for anybody who's not familiar with my work, this is not the normal process I go through to paint a picture. If I was doing one of my own landscapes, I would just roughly sketch out the scene and then paint straight on that. But as this is a copy, I've just got to be a little bit more precise with the positioning of everything, the foliage, everything really. So as I say, it's going to be quite a challenge, is this. Not something I've really done before. Now I've just noticed here there is some blue of the sky showing through the trees. So I'm just going to stop this for now, and then I'm going just to paint this blue of the sky because I don't want to lose that in between the trees. Because once I've painted this green on, it's going to be a bit tricky just to mark that out. So I'm just going to continue with that. So I'm using a light phthalo blue for this. And if I do brush very lightly and not keep going over the same area, I should be able to maintain my pencil lines as well. So this paint I'm putting on is this wash is very transparent. I don't really want to lose my pencil lines if I can help it. I'm just going to go around the edges of the trees as well. I just don't want to be getting carried away and I really don't want the foliage to start creeping up too much into the sky. So this is just going to help me stop doing that. Now I've done quite a lot of detailed underpainting in acrylic for this painting. The reason for this is because I'm obviously doing a copy of an old master, so I want to be fairly accurate to the original. There's not a right lot of room for artistic license with this, so this is just going to help me and guide me along. So right, I'm going to do the sky now. I'll just try it on this first just to see if it's what the value's like. Might be a little bit too dark looking at it. Now I'm not using any medium whatsoever with this. Yeah, I think the value's okay there. Right, I'll just mark out. That's the only problem with doing. Well, this is the only problem with a copy of another painting, is that I've got to be fairly accurate. I can't just put the clouds exactly where I want them to be. I just want to get it looking similar. I won't be able to get it looking exact. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but can you see these pencil lines here from my original drawing? They're still showing through. There's quite a dark cloud in the centre at the top here on the original, so I'm using the grey mix first, but I shall be adding a little bit of burnt umber over the top of this later, because it has a little bit of that sort of earthy colour on the original. Right, those are the darks done in the sky. Now I want to start building up the clouds, the white clouds. Now I'll work on this while this is still wet, of course. I don't want to be doing it really when it's dry. But the paint, because it's come straight out of the tube, is quite stiff. So it's just the right consistency to be able to put the white clouds on and blend them in as well. So it's perfect. So as long as I get that done today. So as you see, this is the technique I'll be using to do these clouds. I'm using two brushes, one with the titanium white and one with the sort of the bluey grey mix. Just going backwards and forwards with those colours, just building up these clouds. It's proving a little bit tricky because I'm trying to replicate the cloud formation from Constables Hay Wain. So I can't actually just make up my own sort of clouds. That's the difficulty. Or should I say that's the challenge. So I'll crash on.